What is going on, everybody? This is the Digital Cypha Podcast. I am Ebonics, and I'm joined with the Dio Zales and the Don CJG. What is going on, everyone? How you doing this weekend?
Good afternoon, friends.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey guys, glad to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been an interesting week, and there's a lot to talk about. I know I have a lot of pauses in my voice as though we are, trying to scrunch for information, but there is actually a lot to talk about. So let's get down into it. Let's do this. Let's start off with Ubisoft.
Okay.
Ubisoft. I don't know if this might be incorrect, but I felt like Ubisoft shot themselves in the foot. They congratulated Activision on the moves that they were making, and then the employees started to do their thing where they look at what Activision employees were doing as far as standing up for the inequalities and things of that nature with a lawsuit, and they start pushing against Ubisoft, asking Ubisoft to follow suit. We want to see change. So with that being said, let me get to my notes here because this is interesting. Oh gosh, this was crazy. So far we know that two executives, I think it's two people in leadership for a specific studio, I can't remember what the name was, they had to leave because they were involved in sexual harassment. And then there was another one that, he didn't leave, but he ended up going to the headquarters and working on some form of director position. He went to. So they're asking for more. They're asking for something better at the Ubisoft, because we're talking about non-binary people as well as the ladies who are being sexually harassed. So it's a heavy topic. It's still going on, as well as Activision still going on. So I want to say, hey guys, what do you think? But it's kind of like, what can you say? we can only watch watch from the sidelines. You know what I mean? But speaking of Ubisoft, since that is going on, I have reason to believe it is the cause of their games, The Division Heartland, Rocksmith Plus, Prince of Persia Remake, and The Division 2 DLC and new game mode being delayed to 2023. Not even 2022,
Oh, for sure.
2023. So it's
Huge play.
yeah, it's hard, I have the game Division 2, and I was like, hey, the game mode is awesome, I'll give it a shot, but and Heartland is supposed to be a survival free-to-play game, and that's not coming out. Also, unfortunately, because we mentioned this in our previous episode, that the Riders Republic, Assassin's Creed Infinite is not going to be free to play. It's going to be,
Yes, I did see that. Yeah,
it's going to be
surprising.
a pay title. It is surprising to me as well.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And
It really does.
Well,
for Assassin's Creed, I won't play.
I mean, it'll suck if it still feels like a free-to-play game, but you're paying for it, right? I think that's
Right.
the issue.
Well, and it also sucks that you're basically going to be playing. You're going to be doing the same thing you do for every single Assassin's Creed. I don't think anything's going to change except that it's going to be infinite with like a multiplayer aspect of it. Like they took Unity and say, hey, let's do more and call it infinite. I'm wondering about that. And then putting a price tag on it, and for next gen. That's how I feel, and if that's the case, hey, it is what it is. Unity, I got Unity. It was good. 4-player co-op on Assassin's Creed. I won't buy another Unity, so most likely if that's infinite, I won't be buying it.
Let's hope it doesn't launch like Unity.
Bro, headless or faceless people and
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No more Unity on that one.
yo, you bought that game and you saw that, you're like, yo, what did I buy?
Dude, I bought that, right. I played maybe a couple hours and I didn't come back to it till like 2 years later. I was just like, nah.
Damn.
Hashtag Diozel's response. yo, that's nonsense, yo. But Don CJG,
That is me.
Yo, what's going on with Microsoft on this acquisition?
Yo, it's acquisition season, bro.
I mean, we do know that, but
yeah, Two Hat, right?
yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm. This is I can't remember who Microsoft bought before this. They bought some other little studio or some technology place. I don't remember who. But Two Hat. I think no one really expected this. I think when people think about acquisitions, they're like, Take Two or Ubisoft or whatnot, and Two Hat. I think for a lot of people, are just gonna blow this away like that. Who cares? But I think infrastructurally, this is a really good choice.
It definitely is. I mean, let's also consider the fact that if people were thinking Take Two and they saw the two there and then they moved.
Yeah, I did. I saw two. I was like, wait, what? But I kind of expected news about something like this to come eventually. I feel like once earnings reports kind of come out, that's usually when we're going to see an acquisition. Obviously, a lot of numbers on Microsoft came out this week and last week. So it's cool to see Microsoft finally give us some info on that. And I think, for anyone who doesn't know, I don't know too much about Two Hat, but they're like a online communication moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do a lot of social networking, right?
Mm-hmm. And considering how toxic Xbox Live could be at times,
bro. So I was in a space on Twitter, and it was talking about how because Microsoft was the lead in gaming communication, for 360 and probably the Xbox. Did it start with the OG? I don't know if it started with the OG. I know multiplayer was on the Xbox One, but I think like party chat and everything really like flourished on the 360, and how racial it was, how sexist it was. How
you remember the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies,
bro? Remember. I know. I went off on some people. On Call of Duty. Was it Black Ops 2 or was it another joint? Because some guys was calling us out. Of course, me, Chain, Don CJG. Asian Shadow P. We were a multicultural group of people shooting, in Call of Duty. Yeah. So people they were getting wrecked and they were saying stuff, you know what I'm saying? And but to see that going on, and like the community on Twitter, which is multi-console, people calling out Xbox, calling out PlayStation, calling out PC. So seeing Microsoft go this direction is a definite plus. And I just to piggyback on the Don CJG, I'm just gonna read what it says here. The Two Hat is a leading content moderation solution provider, offering protection measures of online communities with a vision to build better experiences for everyone. So far, Two Hats technology has been on the MSN, Minecraft, and they're currently being in place. They have been in place on Xbox. Now when, I don't know. They didn't put a time date on it, but as of Microsoft, according to Microsoft, it has been implemented into the Xbox platform, or space or community, whatever. They plan on using it across gaming within the broad range of Microsoft consumer services. They're looking to build greater opportunities on third-party partners and also supporting the pre-existing clients for Take Two. I mean, not Take Two, Two Hat. Two
Or
Hat
maybe
Solutions.
Take Two.
Hey, I mean, I don't know, bro, but I don't wanna be that guy. Be like, oh, he must be an insider. No, that's not me. But
Mhm.
it's good to see that direction that Microsoft is taking to appeal to the consumer, because hey, if the other manufacturers, publishers, or consoles are not doing the same, we know what's going to happen. People are going to flock to where it's safer. So
Especially for a younger market as well, man.
yeah,
You got consoles like Series S, great example, cheap console. You got Game Pass. It's great for kids,
mm,
Building a safe online space for that is always a plus. Because I'm not a parent, but I can handle myself online. But there's a lot of kids out there who can't,
yeah,
I've been like Xbox Live for a long time, and there's a surprising amount of kids out there, who just unmoderated by their parents, so they're just doing all this and they're talking crazy, or they're just involved with just the
bro.
wrong crowds, man.
Nobody wants to be called out by a 5-year-old who has no clue what they're doing in the game, on a negative matter. So, hey, Dio, what's going on, man? What's going on in the interwebs, bro?
I mean, I'm looking forward to this Wu-Tang Clan
Ooh,
game
snap!
that I
Microsoft.
haven't played a Wu-Tang Clan game since like PS1, the fighting game. Like I think it was like Enter the Shaolin or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's pretty
wait,
cool.
wait.
'Cause it's supposed to be an action or RPG.
I think it's the code name is Shaolin, right? But wasn't it Enter the Wu or something like that?
I don't think there's an official name.
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
So it's not. So I think what's happening is the Wu-Tang influences are going to be in the game, right?
I believe they're making the music for it.
Right.
They're doing the music and everything. Yeah.
Right. But the game is being made by Microsoft and another company who's going to be utilizing that music, that Wu-Tang feel in it. So it's going to be interesting. That's going to be crazy. So what you anticipate, Dio? Like, because my mind is flying right now with some.
I mean, it's supposed to be an action role-playing game, which is pretty interesting because I was kind of expecting another fighting game. So
Okay.
I'm kind of wondering like if they're gonna kind of like take like Shaolin style, like the game I was talking about for the PS1, and like kind of take it up a notch. 'Cause I remember that being a lot of fun. I would kind of imagine something like what was that game from the Xbox, the OG Xbox?
You talking about like Jade Empire or something like that?
Yeah, like Jade Empire, but with like good combat.
Bro, and some heavy music, with oh gosh, Ghostface and
Method
Method Man. There we go. Yeah, man, that's gonna be crazy. You start a fighting scene and then the beat drops. That would be
Gotta
Yeah.
protect your neck, bro. Gotta protect your neck.
Right? Killer bees. It should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely a surprise. I just wonder how popular it might get, because I mean, no disrespect to Wu-Tang, but I mean it's a pretty old group.
Not
A lot of younger guys don't know nothing about them. You know what I mean?
Bro, what
So
if
it'll be
it's like
interesting to see.
what if it's like that game? Oh gosh, how was it True Crime, that Asian game? True Crime.
Oh, I know he's wrong.
And then he went back to China, so it was like the spiritual successor to True Crime or something like that. Oh gosh.
Like Sleeping Dragon or something.
Yeah. So I was thinking like Sleeping Dragon and like Grand Theft Auto with Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Like references and everything. Dude, that'd be nasty, bro. That'd be so crazy. That'd be crazy.
I want to say I saw something that it might be multiplayer also.
I think it might be, yeah.
Yeah, which makes me wonder, like, is it gonna have like? I know it's not gonna be like an MMO, and I don't think it needs that, or if I really want that. But if it has at least co-op, that would be pretty badass.
Yo, if they go MMO, they need to kill Blade and Soul. That's all I gotta say. They gotta put Blade and Soul on their knees when they drop this. You know, cause cash rules everything around me.
Yeah. Feel y'all. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. Sad news. Unfortunately, Bright Memory Infinite is only launching on PC. They have no release date for the Xbox. I know my Don CJG over there is kind of like he's
I'm hurting, bro.
Yeah, bro. I was looking at it. That was the whole reason for buying it, was to get Infinite, right? I'm saying,
like, honestly, like, that's one of those games where it just looks insane, and I'm ready for that game, man.
Okay.
But if it's out on PC, right?
Yeah.
Xbox can't be too far away.
It can't be too far.
Yeah. I would imagine.
So what was supposed to happen with Infinite was just supposed to be a continuation. So it's Bright Memory, and then Bright Memory Infinite would be like the part 2. Based on what's going on right now with the PC release, it's all inclusive. So I believe you're just gonna play one giant storyline. So Don CJG, did you beat the game already?
Oh wow.
Yes, I got VG.
So most likely you will start off in the continuation. It's like, oh, you're not finished. You still have more to go. So yeah, so I assume that's gonna be a thing. If that's the case, man, I'll definitely be jumping in as well. I got Bright Memory. I haven't beaten the first level. It was too much.
It's only really like one level, to be honest.
Easy. But how long did it take to beat? That's the question.
It's not very long.
Really?
I still haven't played
Yeah,
this
is the thing. Like, when you say it's going to continue, I don't really know how that would work. You kind of just get thrown in to this like thing. There's not really a story to what's going on, to be honest.
So most likely you'd be thrown into like the infinite. You probably be thrown into the next part.
Yeah, so I'll be interested if it does continue. I wonder how they'll do that, because
that'd be kind of
my
cool.
Memory, Bright Memory, kind of just ends.
It just ends. Okay. And do you like credit rolls? No woman talking to like home base. Be like, mission is over, and walk away.
No, it's yeah, but you know, it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
I definitely recommend playing.
All right. What you got for us, Don? Don, you got something else for us?
Well, Mike, I don't know if you heard, but there was this. I woke up on a Monday. I believe it was Monday.
Was it this past Monday, or the last Monday, or the Monday before?
I believe it was this Monday, right? I wake up. I go on YouTube. I'm like, what's this? A YouTube premiere for Halo Infinite campaign?
Okay, first and foremost. First and foremost, bro. I have that campaign on my I have the video. For some reason, I can't play it. That's why we're watching this. It would have been today's playback.
Yeah, I was wondering why. Okay.
Trust me. I mean, you know what? I can probably do something while you're talking. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah. So I see this. I'm like, oh, okay, what's it?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, yeah, we're showing campaign today. Out of nowhere, like no build up to this event happening or anything. It was just wake up Monday morning and it's like, hey, look, 2:00 this afternoon, we're showing you campaign.
Word.
I think it was like 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. for some people in America.
Mm-hmm.
People just woke up and it was there.
Yep.
So for me, like, some people maybe got a bit of heads up that it was coming before they went to bed. But I just kind of woke up and it was just, it was just there. I was like, okay. But it's a 6-minute long video, and honestly, they jammed a lot of information in that. I thought it'd just be another trailer or so, but hey, really just kind of went, hey, look, this 6 minutes, we are dropping so much information on your head.
Yeah, it was something.
And like, the live stream itself was kind of ugly because the bitrate was just garbage.
Oh wow.
But if you play that on YouTube and you go to like the max video settings, it looks insane.
I am trying to get the capture right now, actually. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it. It's on one of these displays. Whoops, sorry guys. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. let me just fix on the
Whoa.
spot on the spot fixtures. But you know, we like Halo, so you know, I didn't think about it until now when you mentioned it. So let's see.
Yeah, it was mental, dude. I was so impressed by what they shown. It was really just something else.
All right, let's run that. Let's run it
Since
in the background.
beginning, Halo was about Master Chief.
So, anyways, yeah, you know what? It's interesting that first and foremost, congratulations to 343 for dropping the video. Awesome. A lot of people were looking at it and be like, "Oh, we saw this already." And boy, when he went into the open world, it was a whole different story. Did you see it already, Dio?
Yeah, I watched it the same day.
You bro, I mean, I don't know if we talked about it. Oh, maybe we talked about it offline because I felt like we talked about it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
All
We were
I
playing
can-
Final Fantasy at the same time.
Okay, because I'm like, dude, the sandbox is unbelievable. What they got you jumping into, the moves that you're seeing as the same moves that are in like multiplayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let me I sound like a fanboy and I don't play that much. Not as much as Don CJG.
Yo, just embrace it, Mike. Just embrace it.
I just like the open world, though. Look, I can care less. I mean, I can't say I can care less because evidently you have to go into multiplayer. Multiplayer is free now. But when you see the game and, you know, they're tying it between $60 and $70, I don't know if they're going to do $70. It's free on Game Pass because they announced it at the end of the video. So who cares at this point, right? I mean, but I'm seeing my $60 worth.
Yep.
You know what I mean? People were like very adamant about, yo, it doesn't have multiplayer. It doesn't have Forge, which Forge is more of a multiplayer thing than a single player thing, or co-op. So like, why should I buy the game? You know what I mean? And when you like, because it's open world, because it's seamless. Dio. It's I don't know, man. I just want now. Okay, here's the RPG side of me coming out. You ready? You ready, Dio?
Okay.
I wonder if there are gonna be certain areas that you can't go to because you don't have the proper weapon level to take them out.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Imagine Spartan level 99. Hitting up a certain area. I know. It's just wishful dreaming, but this is just the RPG side of me. Be like,
Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I know like the average Halo player base is not looking for that. Like they say, oh, play Destiny for that. Even though I mean, there's problems with Destiny at the moment, but
bro, I would repeat levels just to get to certain levels, to get to the next level, to take down an enemy of a level, to get to the other level.
No, I can't wait to fight hunters again. I love hunters. They're like my favorite enemy in the game.
Yeah, honestly, man.
They look so cool.
Beautiful.
You know what? This just tells me at this point, they can go anywhere after this. You know what I mean? Like, the sky's the limit moving forward with Halo as far as open world exploration, action adventure, first person shooter.
Yep.
You basically just set your next 10 years of Halo at this point to do what you want. Let's just not make it what is it called? The guy who flies around and kill and explodes on everything. Square Enix. Just Cause. Just Cause.
Yeah.
We don't need a Just Cause. We don't need a Far Cry.
But one thing that I mean, this might be a personal thing also, right? That it wasn't a hunter. I forgot what they called him. That invisible guy who's gonna like be hunting you, like the predator dude.
Killer.
Yeah. So this is just me, but I was kind of hoping like, could we see possibly like a death loop kind of thing where this guy could be an effort player hunting you in your campaign?
Oh, wow.
That would be kind of cool.
Really,
If
bro?
they added that to it. I would love that, bro.
All he has to do is like walk up behind you and then butt smack you in the head, and you be dead, and you're like killed.
Hey, life be that way. I mean, obviously, like, you know, because like a death loop is optional. You could turn that off or on. If they added that to Halo, also, that would be amazing. I don't know if that's. I don't think that's a thing, but
you know,
that would be really cool.
I see why you're saying this, sir. You're trying to incorporate a PvP into multiplayer. I mean, into story.
Well,
you want to take people out in a story.
Yeah.
Are you not getting your new world satisfaction, bro?
Well, we had to balance it out, right? I mean, we're getting two hats who are gonna moderate everything and make it all lovey-feely. So we gotta add in some PvP to get on some people's nerves.
Look, it's bad enough we have new enemies we have to figure out. Why do we need a random DOZs trying to kill us?
Like, look at this guy. Imagine him being another player out of nowhere.
God.
You know what? It would be cool if they incorporate, like, let's say, Noble Team versus Team Osiris, right? For story. Like, if an enemy team was supposed to embark on destroying you, it would be that, because technically that's canon, right? Noble Team was to take down. Not Noble Team. Well, okay, fine.
Iris.
Fine. It's been a while. It's been a while.
No, I wouldn't even say Osiris. At the end of 5, they're all together now, anyway.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Locke, but there was concept art what came out a while back with like one of his spawn killer enemies.
Yeah.
And he was wearing like Locke's helmet and chest plate on his arms.
But I wouldn't be surprised if a Spartan becomes an enemy of the UNSC.
Well, that was kind of the story of 5.
So, you know, he joins the opposite team, the Banished, because of course, you know, there are many. So,
well, my daughter and I will be playing through Halo 1 to 5 before this game comes out. We're gonna co-op it to death.
Bro, you have a month, probably 1.5 months to get this done.
I could do it. I mean, you see how fast I level up in Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to wait 3 months to go off for Infinite.
Don CJG, Don CJG already did it, so he's not going to repeat that eventually.
Well, I'm going to play on normal anyway. I'm not going to do Legendary.
Yeah, I do want to play for the campaigns again on normal, but I just don't have time, bro.
it is a lot. It is.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, man. That and not to mention the I forgot his name, the guy who runs the Banished. He had his own video too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, they can't say he look like, you know, they can't. That dude was high res.
Yeah, too bad it was a pre-render.
Regardless, even in this trailer, you know what I'm saying, they brought him back. They brought back the meme, and he had a beard with a mohawk.
Yeah, bro.
And
I don't know if you read the blog they put out on Thursday. They had a bunch of concept art in there too. Not concept, just like actual character renders and everything. And it's, oh man, the characters are showing. It just look insane, dude. Absolutely insane. Just the character model is just off the charts.
See, people don't understand that Halo is like, all they need is George Lucas, and it's over.
Nah, man. He messed up his own IP.
I got you, but still, you know where I'm going with this. All they need is to get that film, right?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? To get that film, John, when he was a kid, getting into the UNSC, becoming Master Chief, like this started off. Cool. This started off when he becomes, you know what I'm saying? Like Star Wars is, to me, is I love Star Wars, but I think there's just too much of Star Wars, right? I'm not gonna say it's overplayed. Maybe they're coming up with different concepts. Like, there's a new series that's coming out. Obi-Wan, I think is right. Obi-Wan is gonna have his new series.
Yeah, they got Obi-Wan, they got Boba Fett.
So they're doing interesting things, but yo, Halo needs to come out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All right, TV shows in production still.
All right.
Something.
Just a FYI, we did mention that Assassin's Creed Infinite wasn't going to be free to play, but they're making the game. Their inspiration for this game is going to be like GTA and Fortnite. So I'm just throwing that out there for you guys to.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
Well, that's what they said.
I do.
That's what they said. Monetization. That's the only thing
They
that comes
want
to
to
mind.
milk that cow till it bleeds. They don't even want the milk anymore. They want
The creativity is not there.
Assassin's Creed with jetpacks. Let's go.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, is this Twitch? Do you guys heard about Twitch?
No.
Here we go.
The uprising.
Here we go. Twitch test paid boost feature despite negative feedback from the streaming community. Before I continue, I'll let that one soak in. Twitch
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw that headline.
testing paid boost feature. All right, here we go. I'm gonna read this out because I got notes. Twitch is allowing viewers to pay to boost a stream to the front page slot for extra promotion. There are 3 tiers: $1 for 1,000 recommendations, $3 for 3,000 recommendations, $5 for 5,000 recommendations, and a boost can hit up to a maximum of $500. Okay, streamers can pay. Say what?
No, I was gonna say, so this is like the opposite of what Sony wants to do with their streaming platform.
I don't know. I'm not trying to.
Because remember, they want to block their streamers, like if you pay for it or something like that.
No, it was viewers get to dismiss a gamer or some form of whoever's playing a game. Oh gosh.
Oh, that's right.
So it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a streaming thing. It was like viewers saying, "Hey,
Yeah,
we don't want that guy to
platform.
play the game. We vote to kick him off." That's what that one was.
Yeah, that's right.
Like I said, I don't want to go into that realm. What's more, when viewers pay to view to boost a stream, streamers themselves don't receive any of this money. Instead, it's collected by Twitch.
Wow.
Okay, so here's the backlash. One guy says, "I wish you and the team would stop trying to push features like this. Instead of having a boost feature, why not work on a better way to make smaller content creators to become more discoverable?" Another one says, It's only unfairly furthers. Wow, how could they say this? Like, is this English? An existing advantage over other channels by exploiting community members' good faith, willingness to pay to support the streamer, and it does not make up for any deeper existing discoverability and usability failings. Gosh, that was hard. I mean, I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, with this kind of feature, I can see Soulja Boy like being number 1 on the Twitch page, right?
Nah, and let's go even. It would be Lil Wayne, bro, and he just sit
Well,
there. He just sit there and watch you.
Well, I'm saying like I'm just
just
only saying Soulja Boy because Lil Wayne, I mean, he makes big moves where Soulja Boy like comes out with like Chinese knockoff systems and tries to make money off his fans.
Let's.
So I can see him doing something like this,
Yes,
Well, let's talk about
Apparently.
Let's talk about boosting a channel so you can look into somebody else's window.
Yeah.
Or having a bath or sleeping.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
Like really, like who wants to watch this? Those, we
Creeps.
yeah.
It's
So-
kind of like pay to win Twitch.
Yeah, but here's the other
It
thing.
literally is. Yeah.
Here's a question. When you go to Twitch and you see those numbers, right? They're like 4K viewers, right?
Yep.
Is there going to be another symbol that says recommendations next to it, or is recommendations going to be on par with viewers? Meaning, if you paid $5 and you get 5,000 recommendations, is that going to be 5,000 viewers, like quote and unquote? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think 5 people who potentially click on it, but
so basically, it's like saying instead of $1 for one viewer is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm saying it. It's like,
I think it'll be like additive, right?
That's what I'm
I would
saying.
think.
Like I paid $500 for like 500,000 viewership. That reminds
no one could click on it,
bro. That reminds me of like what is it called? You know, when you do this thing on social media and you pay people to have to just post viewers onto your page, so it looks like you have. Yeah. Twitch is basically trying to be a social media platform on that type of level, which it shouldn't be. But hey, who are we, right? We don't have stake into the company, so.
Well, I mean, they know people have a lot of stimulus money just waiting to be burned through their pockets, right?
Yeah,
you know,
man.
use that stimulus money to like make yourself into a fake streamer.
bro. They're spending that stimulus money on those fridges on eBay, bro.
You know what's the sad thing about it? People are begging Twitch to not have it. So it just tells me at this point that Twitch did something a while back, like secretively, and it became something of notoriety for them, like internally, and they say we're gonna do this regardless, right? Because yeah, we can see it gonna generate us money. It all goes to Twitch anyway, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, I think it just takes away from like some of the grassroots level of Twitch. You know, it's just like it's no longer, hey, look, you're making good content, people will come, and you're a good creator. It's like, hey, now you just put money down and you probably just pay your way to the top.
Well, all I can say, when one falls, another one will rise. And
That makes a.
So why am I saying that? YouTube right now is doing a process, right? They're going to be boosting their gaming support, providing strong competition to Twitch. Okay, they're working on subscriber-only chat, clips and shorts to work with gaming, their gaming strategy, I guess it is. Membership milestone chats, improved moderations, live control rooms, some form of super thanks feature for, I guess that would be in the stream collaborations, I guess, something like that. They'll be working on new tools to improve discoverability of live content. So technically, if we, the Digital Cypha podcast, is being seen in the gaming sector, we will be utilizing that discoverability feature as well. More ways to monetize. So hopefully it's not just, oh, you have to get 1,000 viewers. Oh, you need 100,000 viewerships on your videos. And you have to be 30 days brand new to the within their ecosystem, I guess, like as a new channel, I guess. So I know that's what they want you to have, but I hope there's more. Because that's people trying to grow here, YouTube. People trying to grow. They're working on gifted memberships, live direct for gaming to send viewers to another live stream. This is the YouTube way. I guess it's like their take on Twitch's what is it called? Rating. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the last thing I think here is YouTube has also partnered with Discord to offer access to YouTube Premium and Discord Nitro. So, like I said, when one falls, another one rise.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. To be fair, it sounds decent, man.
Dio, I hope you ready. I hope you ready.
I am. My new PC's coming soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, man. I'm
ready. Yeah?
Yo.
Yeah. I mean, this one's good enough, but I mean, I'm going to be doing some co-op streams with the waifu.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you're on Final Fantasy, I'm going to be on that joint. And that's all I'm saying. Let's do it. I don't have to be the healer anymore.
Yeah, getting better at PvP. I was doing some PvP on my Pally last night. You know, my second and third try were definitely better than the first one. I still don't understand the objective of the battleground, but I can hold my own now.
Okay, cool. Nice. Let's see if I can talk to some of my people, see if we can connect on the Final Fantasy 14 at least. Get some better.
I'll be there. Don't worry.
Better dungeons. yo, we need to get you a new computer, man.
No,
I don't know if I can.
Microsoft needs to get Final Fantasy on the
True.
I do too. I don't even know anything about Final Fantasy.
I can say yes and no. Yes, definitely, because the producer for Final Fantasy is waiting on Microsoft. So whatever that is, I'm not sure. But I'm wondering, is there a hold on Final Fantasy from a PlayStation perspective? Like, is there like any form of like contract? You know what I mean? Like, he wants to make it, but my question is, okay, let's say they both had to go. You know, how long is that going to take? Are we looking at the new Final Fantasy that they're making after Endwalker? Hopefully. So, in other bad news, Facebook is now Metaverse, and I'm just gonna read you some quotes. In the Metaverse, you will be able to do almost anything you can imagine. Get together with friends and family, work, learn, play, shop, create, as well as create as well as completely new experiences that don't really fit how we think about computers and phones. This is a bad transcription of Zuckerberg. I don't know why. In the future, you will be able to teleport instantly as a hologram to be at the office without commute, at a concert with friends, or in your parents' living room to catch up. This will open up more opportunities no matter where you live. You'll be able to spend more time on what matters to you, cut down time in traffic, reduce your carbon footprint. That is the metaverse. I don't know what to tell you guys, because wasn't the CEO of, I think the CEO or owner or whoever for Unreal Engine trying to do the same thing? Create like a metaverse platform or community? And then
I don't know. I don't really understand what the metaverse is.
Okay, the best thing I can tell you is Player One.
Ready Player One?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just think on that level, and that's the blueprint.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I keep hearing people talking about the metaverse. I'm like, what on earth is going on?
Yeah. So we hear from, I believe is the Unreal Epic Games CEO or whoever made that statement of creating this interconnected metaverse experience where players can play any game on any platform and still be connected to each other. Like, you on a Nintendo, I'm on the PlayStation, and Don is on the Xbox or whatever, right? And we're just immersed into this game together through this metaverse platform or experience. What we're hearing from Facebook is, let's think beyond gaming. Let's think about it as like you in what was the name of the game? Sword Art Online, laying in your bed and being able to be in the living room, be at your work, be in the arcade, you know, mall, whatever, virtually buying, shopping, cooking. Bro.
I don't know.
Hey, there's a video for it. Go check it out. Zach Zuckerberg or Mark Zuckerberg or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
You know, he's hey, I don't keep up.
I'm just imagining Zac Efron.
Hey, Zac Efron.
Like Mark Zuckerberg's haircut.
Stupid. Anyways, there was a video of him kind of doing the demo, right? So this is like, I guess, alpha stage, maybe. I don't know, but it's the beginning, guys. It's the beginning. So
yeah, I guess like,
and he dropped the name Facebook to be Meta, so he's all in.
Yeah, I guess he's really trying to push this, because if he's like the one to lead the charge, right, and actually develop this technology, he won't have, like, right now, like, his platform is reliant on something else using it, right? Like, you had to use a computer to get on Facebook, you had to use your phone to get on Facebook. I think he's hoping that if he could make that technology, it'll kind of be the other way around, where you had to use his devices and stuff, or technology, or whatever it is, how they're gonna formulate it to use it. You know what I mean? So you'll be reliant on him as opposed to the other way around. Because, like, I mean, you look at it, like, the biggest one is like Apple, right? Like the smartphones. It's something that everybody relies on. I mean, like, look at that huge thing with Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
For all this time. I think that's kind of the direction he's trying to go in, and I mean, it makes sense in his perspective to go with that route, but I think it's kind of worrisome in other respects because
I would say so
it's a
too.
little, yeah, it's a little too much power for like one company. You know what I mean?
Well, because the other thing too is his pitch is you can do anything in this platform.
Yeah.
And he's willing to change his company name to become Meta, right? And it so happens that this whole experience is the metaverse. He is pitching a metaverse. So I don't know, man. And the Oculus 2, which was released, no longer needs Facebook, right? As a Facebook account. So he is dropping the exclusivity on the brand, right? To push this this corporate agenda of people being in the metaverse and just being immersed in digital space. You know?
Seeing him do that, that's what really makes me think that he's trying to be the first one with this, because he doesn't really want to rely on these other companies anymore for his platform.
Technically, he can't say he's the first one until he outdoes HoloLens.
Oh, for sure. You know, until it happens, it doesn't happen.
I mean, it's happening because he is the Oculus. He was using the Oculus to do certain things. Some video he was doing, you know what I'm saying? But I think I hear what you're saying. The realistic or the logical perspective is Microsoft has HoloLens and is already in the industry, used by industry professionals, right? Engineering and so forth. Oculus is in the hands of gamers who have
but the goal is to get it to the point where it's on everybody's, right? Like the average day consumer.
Exactly.
And I think that's what he's trying to get to.
Yeah.
But does the everyday consumer want to be in the metaverse?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing.
I don't know. Like the pitch for it doesn't really seem compelling to me.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you,
I'm
bro.
just a bit like, like I don't know. It just seems so just beyond.
Yeah. We already discussed how we feel about Facebook last time. So, yeah. So apparently, PUBG parent company has bought the studio that made Subnautica: Unknown Worlds. So now they hold Rising Wings and Dream Motion, which is mobile game company. They own Bluehole. They own PUBG Studios. They own Striking Distance. And they said that Unknown Worlds will continue to function as an independent game development studio, with its leadership and structure intact. So just throwing that out there for anyone who is a fan of PUBG or a fan of Subnautica and Unknown Worlds. You know, it's good to know what's going on with what you enjoy playing with, right? The games that you enjoy playing with, the studio wise. So yeah, man, that's that from PUBG. But again, I'm sorry, on sad news, Slightly Mad Studios CEO and founder is leaving the company.
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, all right. You might not know who he is, but you've played his games. So Slightly Mad Studios is
They're in your neck of the woods.
is owned by Codemasters. Codemasters was recently acquired by EA. Slightly Mad Studios, their first release of a game was Need for Speed Shift.
I didn't play that.
Oh, I thought you did. And they were also involved in the development of GTR 2. So, I don't know. For some reason, they didn't say why he left, but everybody's congratulating him. I'm not really congratulating, but wishing him well on future endeavors and how great he was and this and that. So, it just it's unsurprising to see a leave after acquisition when it involves EA. In some way, form, or fashion, just based on the community discuss, I guess, of the studio. I mean, of the publisher. So, bro, I just wish you well. You know, Microsoft has a place for creative minds. So definitely shoot out, or PlayStation or Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's acquiring at this time. So
Or Digital Cypha Podcast.
oh,
I mean,
I don't
if
know
we
how-
want to talk about a lot of racing games, because that's pretty much what they're known for, right?
Yeah, it
Why
sounds
Levi
like it.
Studios do a
Sounds
lot
like
of-
Halo,
racing games.
Forza's coming out in 2 weeks, bro.
Bro.
Exciting.
Dio,
Yeah.
you gonna be on that Forza, bro? Just going around the world? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drive around a bit, like to mess around, but definitely gonna be really hooked on Final Fantasy 14 until Endwalker and Halo replay with my girl. That's gonna be my two focuses. right
Okay.
there.
Dude, I was playing Horizon 4 a bit throughout the week.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I'm
man.
so ready for 5.
Bro, like take it easy with the emotional breathing, bro. Like we know it's good.
Dude, I was playing this game during the week besides Final Fantasy. It's literally the Dark Souls of card games. It's called Ring of Pain.
Okay.
You want to
Ooh.
play a game that makes you die over and over and fail and make you feel
Oh,
like
not
you're
particularly.
bad at it? Oh man.
Yeah.
Sounds like
It's
a Don
hard.
CJG game.
Oh, certainly not. It sounds like a Blink game. He loves it.
It's a good game. I did beat it eventually, but man, it was rough.
So, on par with Dio's love for I guess Dark Souls and Diablo Immortal closed beta has gone live. But unfortunately, it's only in Canada, Australia, South Korea, Japan, and China. So, to
Yep.
those guys who are listening, awesome. Enjoy.
Have fun.
Enjoy. And I think it's a mobile game too, right?
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
of betas, when's that Elden Ring one start?
I don't know, but the game got delayed again. I don't know if we talked about that last weekend. That was sad.
Possibly.
But I'd rather it be delayed and come out awesome.
True.
I'd rather that. It got delayed to February.
Man, every
Not too
game is going to
Yeah.
February now. That's gonna be an expensive month between February
Yeah.
and March.
Mm.
Yo, Nintendo shuts down offices in California and Toronto. That's weird.
Really?
The senior vice president of sales and marketing, he'll be going to KFC and Yum Yum brand, I guess, or Yum brand. I'm not sure what that is. I guess when he heard the news,
I
he
wonder
already
if that's
started-
why their 64 emulations were so bad.
Oh, don't know. Like
He's going from Nintendo to
that,
KFC.
that was a deep jab right there, sir.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm gonna charge an extra $50 or whatever, and then you're gonna give us terrible emulations of like what 10-year-old, 20-year-old games.
So
I heard it was
I'm
running
just
the same
saying.
software as their self-service kiosks.
Ah.
Okay. Anyways. So right now they're shifting the employees to the main to the headquarters in Redmond, Washington, and Vancouver. So they're doing some
okay.
some internal structuring here.
Okay.
Yo.
So they're just moving them around. Okay, that's not too bad.
Okay, but we don't know why, their stuff is not, the quality. I don't know what Dio's talking about. So, but you can explain that if you want to.
Yeah. So remember how we were talking about like a few streams ago where they were gonna increase the pricing of their online services to include Nintendo
Oh,
64
yeah.
and Genesis game.
Yeah.
So
$80.
That came out. Yeah, and they're bad. Like
Oh yeah.
there are problems with these emulations.
Wow.
Such as like in Mario Kart, you can't save because there's no controller pack for saving, like in the 64. So like it's not reading as if it has storage because it keeps looking for the controller pack from the old Nintendo 64 controller.
Wow.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a jerk. I mean, I wouldn't be playing Nintendo 64 emulation to play Mario Kart 64 when there's Mario Kart 8 on the Switch, which
The
is
party?
way prettier and has almost all the same stuff. If I'm
Okay.
playing 64 emulation, I'm playing it for like
Nostalgia.
The
stuff
Legend of
like that.
Zelda, yeah, or Super Mario, or like
Yeah.
Yoshi Story. I'm playing it for like those kind of games. I'm not gonna play it for a game that's literally the same with less features and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, they brought up the price for all this amount of money, and these emulations are really terrible when you can literally download these for free. I'm not trying to say you should do that, but I mean, they're out there for free by like people who are not employed by Nintendo, and they're doing a better job than Nintendo, which is weird.
That's
The
sad.
Sega one, excuse me.
I was saying that's sad because Nintendo spent all this time and effort into shutting down as much emulators and website stuff, and then to only pull this like a feature. Yeah, it sounds great, but if it sucks, I mean, bro, hit up the drawing board. You're competing with PlayStation and Xbox on backwards compatible games. I mean,
I don't think they see themselves competing with anymore. They're just like, hey, look, it's us, Nintendo.
I mean,
Another weird bug, from my understanding, is that Mario 64, if you're playing it on a Japanese version on the Switch, it'll have the rumble feature, but if you're playing on the European or North American version, it won't have the rumble feature. I mean, there's just little dumb bugs like that.
Sounds intentional.
The Sega, maybe it's intentional. They don't want us to feel it, but the Sega ROMs are fine. But I mean, that's kind of to be expected. I mean, they've been re-releasing the Sega Mega Drive like collections like since I don't know how long, man. Those are perfected. So, but still, I mean, it doesn't warrant the big hike in prices, especially when they're gonna. Even if these came out flawlessly, I still wouldn't justify it in my mind. But the fact that they even released it in this state is just mind-boggling.
Wow.
Especially because Nintendo to me usually releases their games pretty top quality. So pretty big surprise, honestly.
So I guess we can also talk about Tekken 7, right?
Tekken 7.
Yeah.
I know I saw something.
So Tekken 7 Legendary Edition is not going to include all the DLC guest characters. The guest characters include, but is not limited because there's more. This is just what they released so far. Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, Negan from the Walking Dead series, Leroy Smith and Fakumaran or something like that. It's just 4, and there are people who are kind of disappointed at Bandai. Is it Bandai Namco?
Yep, Bandai Namco.
Yeah, we're buying the top tier version of the game, right? At least give us everything. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like where they're going with that. So you're probably going to hear some more news about that, and hopefully they would include it. But we are talking about another corporation that Bandai Namco. They're on the fence in some ways, form, or fashion. They do good at one point, but then they just slide to the side a little bit, and then they come back.
Well, I wonder if part of that is because Noctis is still a Square Enix. I mean, I know they had the deal to do that, but I wonder if certain bundles would have to be renegotiated, right? Because that's still a Square Enix IP, and then Negan is obviously belongs I think to like AMC.
Okay.
Yep.
So that might be the issue.
License issue?
Yeah, there might be like some negotiations that they had to do because like if this bundle came out later, they might have to like and not to like White Knight for Bandai Namco, they could do that themselves, but if there's no reason for them to do it, they might not go out of their way. But now, because there's a backlash, they might go like, "Hey, Square Enix, can we put this in the bundle? Hey, AMC, can we put this on the bundle?"
But even so, let's say they already have everything in place. Why not say you'll get it for free upon release? You know what I'm saying? Like show some form of initiative. Like for me, I tend to turn to like Forza Horizon, right? This is the second game that I purchased full price for the highest version, and I've gotten everything, right? As they came out, I got everything for free, $100. But when you download them individually, you're spending more than that. Probably 3 times that. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So if these guys are putting down like $100, $200, $300 box set with book and cards and this and that. Give it like, hey, you'll get this for free upon release. Day one.
Oh, I agree, for sure.
But
just that licenses, those things come up. Now if this is an issue where non-licensed characters are having this issue, like ones that they own in Tekken history, now that's an issue. That's like a big no-no, but I don't know if that's the case.
And the last one for me, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys here, is Amazon New World exploit.
Yeah, there's tons of exploits. Which one is this one?
This one is oh wow.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's bad.
So Amazon deploys a fix for New World exploit that lets players crash the game using the chat system.
Yep.
And
really?
I guess if you even hover over a link in the chat system, your computer crashes in seconds.
No.
Oh, there's all kinds of exploits. There's even exploits like literally people will mass report a player because they use their algorithm to like just ban a person, and you don't even get to retort to like an actual like customer service person until like days later. So like they'll do this to like big guild leaders or big PvPers, so their side of the war can win.
Wow.
Yeah, there's oh man.
Was that something that was going down in World of Warcraft or something?
I mean, it happens in MMOs, but typically, with big MMOs, when that kind of stuff does happen, you have pretty decent customer service where you could kind of open up a ticket, be like, "Hey, why am I banned?"
Yeah.
Where the bans from this are literally taking longer to have any interaction with a customer service rep. So by the time you get to talk to them, your ban is probably up already anyway.
Dang.
So you already missed the big fight, and now the territory is lost.
Well, plus more because you're talking 2 weeks.
Yeah. So it's pretty ridiculous. There's a lot of different other ones that I've heard about too. Like literally, people figured out that if they spam their AOE's with the ice gauntlets, it'll like make the other side delay really hard until they kind of crash out and leave. So like they get to win automatically. So you saw people like just stacking ice gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fix from Amazon for that was to make it so whoever makes the latest AOE, their damage gets put there. So even if you have a higher DPS than somebody else, theirs will replace yours just because they did it after you. So it doesn't even make sense to even play AOE anymore. Like the fixes that they're making for a lot of these problems are like really band-aid fixes, and a lot of them are just really bad band-aid fixes. Like they don't make sense.
Well, is it
like discourages you from playing?
Well, you know what's sad too is that in a couple of months, Lost Ark is gonna come out because that's also gonna be published through Amazon.
Yes.
So I can only hope.
But that I don't have too big worries with that. 'Cause, I mean, that game's been out in South Korea for like I think at least 10 years now. So it's an established game. It has a gameplay loop and game mechanics that are set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I would be worried about is if they had the same game store mechanics that Koreans do, because Koreans don't mind pay to win mechanics, where that's kind of a big no-no here in the West, right?
Right.
So that would be the biggest worry right there. I don't think we should be worried about that so much because they've been pretty decent on not putting crazy pay to win in New World, so I don't expect them to do that. But with any game like that, I mean, they always started off good, and then like they introduced those things little by little, just like they did with Elyon. So pay to win thing, yeah, it's really bad in Elyon now. Yeah. Remember that pet that we were looking at? That I was like, oh, this looks kind of like pay to win, like kind of pay to progress.
Yeah.
Well, those things, the Luminous, that's what they're called. It's really bad. So like as a free to play player, you get capped out on how. First of all, you got to find a Luminous as a free to play player, where someone who buys it could just buy it. So you first of all you have to find these things, and then when you find them, you got to train them, and you have to train multiple of them to combine them to make a stronger one, and you keep doing this over and over until you make the best one, and you get capped out every week on how much you can train it. Where someone who pays for it can buy as many of them as they want, can train it they get capped in training just like a free-to-play player, but there are things that they can pay for that progress it more and faster. And honestly, the sooner you do these things, the bigger advantage you'll have on other players, because in PvP, they mix it up regardless of your level and your gear level. So if you're like a level cap player, well, there's no level cap, but if you're a high level player and you have like the best stuff and you have one of these things and you paid for it, you have a huge advantage over any other player. I mean, even if someone's around your level, you have like a pretty big advantage.
Wow.
So they didn't wait very long to do that.
Wow.
Only after a week.
Wow. That's gaming, guys. That's, unfortunately, that's the things we gotta avert. That's on the PC side, though. On the Xbox, we just gotta deal with people talking nonsense.
Well, I mean, there is Destiny too. I don't know if you heard about their issue.
Their outcry. I didn't even get into it, bro. But I mean, I didn't get into it because I stopped playing Destiny for a while. But
yeah.
If you know something, holla, let me know what's going on with Destiny, man.
So we kind of touched upon it, like I think last time, where that old content just becomes like kind of stored away, right?
Okay.
And they're saying that they would bring it back here and there, right?
Yeah, vaulting.
Yeah, the vaulting. So they're already that you had the Witch Queen expansion coming, and that's not going to be included with the standard edition or the season pass.
Oh wow.
So
that means wait, hold up. Does that mean there's gonna be a new season pass to start off with the Witch Queen?
I imagine so.
Yes, there's going to be a new season pass, but even if you want the Witch Queen, it's going to be a separate, payment where you can get all three of them for I think it's like $80.
Okay.
And if you want the special edition, it's like $100. But if you want the Witch Queen alone, it's like $40. So it's pretty upsetting to see those kind of prices for something that is going to get vaulted.
Right. Exactly. I mean, we talked about. Well, go ahead.
I don't know. To me, that's kind of huge price gouge. I mean, for something that is going to be, first of all, irrelevant in a year, but on top of that, you're going to be losing probably within a year and a half. And that's me be generous, right? We don't even know how long those things will be relevant or how long they'll be available to play. So I mean, to pay that, I mean that's literally brand new game prices for a free to play game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an illusion at that point. I mean, it's not really free to play.
No. The thing is, if you get a free play version of Destiny, you're not actually getting a lot of content.
Yeah.
You're pretty much locked out of majority of activities.
Yeah.
You don't have a DLC.
To include PvP as well.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think a lot of their players are starting to wake up, because I think before they were fine with it, right? Especially the hardcore Destiny players were kind of okay with this is what we need, new content. But then when they see these prices, it's a lot more fans are getting upset about it, because now it's starting to sink in. It's oh man, they're still going to be charging us these crazy prices though.
Yeah,
exactly.
But this is the thing, especially for what you're getting in a DLC package. If you got a couple missions worth a couple of hours in it, you're still replaying the same old strikes you've been playing for God knows how long anyway. So that's why I stopped playing Destiny.
Here's the thing too. It's kind of weird, but I don't think they're gonna get out of the whole DLC payment thing. It would be nice where their monetization has switched from DLC to cosmetics. You know what I'm saying? And then but again, you're talking about how much people who play Destiny. I'm gonna throw about like 100,000 people. Let me just put that out there. I don't know if that's the number, but that's how many of the 100,000 actually buy cosmetics versus, because you can actually buy cosmetics within the Everstore, right? So
Yeah.
Is this Destiny saying, hey, we're not making enough, so every DLC is going to be this much, but then the season is going to be this much, but then you're not going to see it ever so often because you're trying to put new content in that you want you to pay for?
Well, I mean, that's a valid argument, but at the same time, when you look at something that's kind of like its direct competitor, like Warframe, right? You don't pay for DLC in that game at all.
No.
And they're constantly updating that game. Like, order sales are literally just cosmetic. I mean, there are certain things that are not cosmetic, but like everything you can earn in the game. So even if they wanted to use that argument, I would really find it hard to believe, because Warframe does just fine. I mean, even Path of Exile, it's not the same game. It's not a shooter looter, but it has a similar business model as Warframe, right? Where you get a ton of content updates for free, and you can play old content whenever you want. It doesn't get taken away. There's no vaulting in Warframe and Path of Exile, and they make literally all their money on cosmetics.
But you gotta also keep in mind too that their example, which is kind of stupid to me, is why would you look at a free-to-play game and try to take from a free-to-play game into your pay-to-play game, like Fortnite?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why Fortnite vaults. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
things fresh for the people who don't play. And then you have like things like the Master Chief and the Warthog and stuff like that to get them to buy through your cosmetic store to look around and stuff. Destiny,
Oh, yeah.
you pay $60 for this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not even just that. I mean, Destiny actually has, like, when you compare it to Fortnite, I mean, if I know Fortnite has a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're looking at Destiny, it has a way more compelling story than Fortnite. I mean, you can feel however you want about Destiny's story. I'm not crazy about it, but I can't deny that it has actual lore, it has an actual story, and it has a campaign that you're playing through, where Fortnite doesn't really have that. It does, but it's not at that same level of quality. Like, the main reason people do play Fortnite is just to jump in, do some like random 50 versus 50 battles or whatever,
Yeah.
and then go to the next match. They're not invested in the story. They're not invested in doing strikes and raids. I mean,
Yeah, it's
it
just
doesn't
fun,
make
right?
sense.
It's the quick fun. It's not the Destiny grind where you're going for gear, leveling up this and this. Trying to
Yeah.
get a god roll, and it's none of that.
But also keep in mind too, the whole purpose of raiding, right, is to get gear, right? To get high-end gear to then get to the next level of content, right? That has a raid in that. Destiny 1 had the idea, which is great, right? But when you take out these biomes or these planets, right, that has content tied to it, that has gear tied to it, that has lore tied to it, and you're playing something else, now you have to really ask yourself, am I getting the type of story that I need to fulfill my desire to play this game? Because Destiny is a story-based game.
Yep.
At the end of the day. So when you're vaulting away lore for somebody who's brand new to the game, not to get anything out of it until the thing comes back. You know what I mean? And that's my
Who knows when that is, because nothing's come back yet.
I see. I wouldn't know because I haven't played. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this really appeals to the PvP players, because technically they can just PvP and not even worry about the story, because the story is going in and out as it pleases.
Yep.
It's stupid. I mean, in my opinion, it's kind of stupid, but if that's how they make money, it is what it is,
Yeah, I think there's a lot of just infrastructural problems with Destiny 2 at the minute. I think once they've gone through all these DLC things, I think they're going to move on to a Destiny 3 and then just start fresh with a new system and everything. There's so many
Yeah.
issues with Destiny 2 at the minute. Obviously, revolving is one of them. And even, there's a weapon in the game. Every single time they bring an update to that game, that weapon just breaks the game again.
Yep.
It's happened again. To tell us though, right? It shoots like projectiles, but they stick on the wall, right, on the floor or whatever. And if someone comes near them, they blow up. but they stopped it so you can't shoot them and blow them up. But now they only blow up, someone goes near them, like proximity. But now they're literally blocking projectiles going through doorways. It's ridiculous. It's like there's so many problems. Like I guarantee Bungie want to get rid of that weapon. It just breaks the game every single update.
Yeah.
And, you've got all these content problems with vaulting, and I think just a fresh start would do Destiny really good.
Word. All right, guys, it's that time, man. Time to get back into gaming. Again, this is the Digital Cypha Podcast with Dio Zales and the Don CJG and me, Ebonics. We just spend some time talking about some games, talking about some industry news, things of that nature. If you like the video, definitely subscribe and like the video, of course. We are here every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's 3 p.m. UK time.
Yes.
Finally.
It might be 2 p.m. next week because of daylight savings.
Oh.
I can never catch a break.
But at least you got it right this week. Man.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes, man. So until then, you guys have a great weekend and keep gaming.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.